Sag, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your May shift reading. We're looking at the shape you're shifting out of this month, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shape shift looks and feels like for you. Sag, I'm a little blown away already because, I close my eyes, I'm meditating in your energy, inviting any images to come that I feel, will be useful for you this month. And I get this image of you tinkering like a kid. I saw like a little kid playing with tinker toys, and that little kid either giving you an idea or like is somehow a reflection of your energy of like a kid tinkering with stuff. And like it was very, for those of you that know the tarot, it's very Eight of Pentacles energy, like getting your hands to work, getting your hands in some sort of project or tinkering with something or playing with something for pure enjoyment. And then I pre-shuffle all the decks for the full extended reading before I start. And as I was pre-shuffling this Portable Fortitude deck by Karina Dross, this popped out. Protection from idle hands and empty mornings. And I'm cracking up because I'm seeing you like tinkering, keeping your hands busy. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And there's a child in this card, which is totally the image that I saw of like a kid, maybe a little older than this, playing with tinker toys, keeping their hands busy. And that was the energy of it. It's like, oh yeah, okay, Sag needs to keep from restlessness, Sag needs to keep busy, keep tinkering, keep interested in things and keeping your hands going. And then this card was at the bottom of the deck when I finished shuffling. Protection from ennui. Exactly. There's a need to be grateful for the moments that, even if it feels like a lot, because like this person's hands are completely full and that could be really overwhelming, but it's like she's reveling in it because it's like, at least my hands are busy. Because I know idle hands and empty mornings lead to this like deep existential ennui that is typical for my sign and, for Sagittarius energy. And it's like, I can't feel that way. Keeping your hands busy, Really interesting. All right, Sag, let's go to the cards. We're using the Slow Hollow Tarot here. I just got kind of like stopped in my tracks because I also have this card out here, which is the card that came out as your guide through the pandemic in the Global Pandemic Collective reading I did back in March. If you haven't been following my channel or you don't know about it, go back, check it out. The guide that I pulled for Sagittarius out of the Mary L. Tarot is the Chariot. And I'm just seeing this little parallel between this person with all of these wolves and like this person with these dogs. It's like, this is Chariot energy. This is forward movement energy. Even if it's like a lot, even if you end up with your hands full, it's like this keeping your hands from being idle and keeping yourself from ennui. This like larger idea of existential boredom and dread. That's what moves you forward, the Chariot. What are the energies that are pulling you forward? Sag. You need energy that pulls you forward. Staying in one place is not a good idea. And here we are under COVID, staying home for the safety of ourselves and others, which is super important. But it's like, what are your movements even within the home, Sag? Just staying home doesn't mean you have to stay in stagnation. Okay. First asking, what is the shape Sagittarius is shifting out of in the month of May? Okay, shifting out of the Alchemist. This is Temperance in the traditional tarot, which is associated with Sagittarius energy. This alchemical mix of fire and water creating balance. Check it out. Fire and water. Two elements that seemingly don't mix, creating steam. It's like their droplets hit the earth and create steam, air. So we have all four elements represented here. There's like an alchemical process, a unity beginning to forming, Sagittarius, of like seemingly opposite energies coming together and kind of clearing something out. I'm seeing this smoke, almost like smudge smoke, just like clearing the passages. Look how it's coming out the eyes. Clearing out the passages, clearing out stagnation. Interesting. Shifting into, what is the shape Sag is shifting into in May? Ace of Swords, brand new idea, brand new awakening, new thought process, new sort of like breakthrough. It's a breakthrough, I think. I like that. Okay, what does this shapeshift look and feel like for Sag? Too much. Way too much. So much. So there is some stagnation here. Bah. Yeah, now I see why there needs to be a breakthrough. Two of Swords, Five of Wands, the Hermit. Two of Swords talks about sort of blocking off your energy. And this is a particularly moody Two of Swords. This is a particularly defensive, shut down, blocked off energy. Just kind of like, no. And the Two of Swords in the tarot often talks about feeling stuck, especially mentally. It's interesting because the two is sort of like vacillating between differing energies and not being able to see clearly what the choice is. And then the shape you're shifting into is bam, clarity. Okay, so I think like being in this stuck energy, kind of wavering back and forth, there is a breakthrough coming. But I think being in this like moody, stuck, it's like Two of Swords could be summed up nicely with this ennui card for you in this reading. Being stuck in this frustrating mental space. Here's the frustration. I think it's beginning to eat away at you inside is what I'm hearing, because I see this as like stomach acids digesting something. It's like indigestion. It's like eating away at you. It's creating this like gut imbalance inside of you because it's confusing. You know, it's confusing to be in this energy. You're trying to get the mixture right. That's how you start this month, or where you're coming from at this moment. It's like you're trying to get the mixture right, but maybe this smoke is actually sort of clouding your view because the eyes are obscured, and often in the Two of Swords, there's a blindfold over the eyes. It's like there's something you're unable to see. You're just trying to get the mixture right, trying to get the alchemy right, trying to get the chemistry right, if this is making sense, maybe in terms of relationship or some sort of balance that you're trying to strike in your life. You're trying to get the chemistry right, the formula, but it's like not mixing. Something's not mixing the way you're hoping it will, which is kind of causing like a sour stomach. I'm getting like, it's causing moodiness, which is then like affecting that nervous system response, is then affecting upset stomach. It's like when, sorry, this is gross, but like it's mixing milk and orange juice in your stomach and it curdles. Like that's the exact sensation that I have, is just this like, oh, unsettled energy in the tummy. Because this is kind of in limbo, it's kind of hanging and the mixture's just not getting right. And it's like, why? Why? I feel like such frustration. Like, why isn't this working? And it's interesting too, because here's the two opposing forces, again, that are not coming together. They're trying to come together, and it actually looks like they would fit. They're very similarly shaped. So I think these like puzzle pieces would fit together, but there's something in between them that is not quite balanced. So there's a directive here, Sag, for you to go like lean into this alone time energy, lean into your own desires, your own egg. Go into your own incubator to get back in touch with like, okay, what do I need? You know, like I'm working to get this mixture right. What are my chemical makeup? What's my chemical makeup? How can I ground back into my desires, my needs? Okay, Hermit energy, inward seeking. Silent, contemplative, inward seeking energy. It's like a higher spiritual energy too. You might need to kind of, you know, if you live with other people, just kind of like retreat for a little bit, because it's like, listen, I can't hear myself in all of this energy. I'm irritable, I'm moody because the mixture isn't right and I can't see how to fix it, and this is causing just like constant upset stomach and this like constant feeling of anxiety. I just gotta back up. I gotta back up. And then bam, here comes the breakthrough. Whoop. Ace of Swords. The realization, it's like on the other side of the hermit pops its third eye open here, and it's like, ah, you know, it's like going into meditation and then coming out with the realization that you were hoping for, which is really beautiful. What's also interesting about this whole thing is in the very beginning, I saw you tinkering, and I saw like you tinkering with the playfulness of a child, which is an energy I really associate with Sagittarius, because Sagittarius has such playfulness and ease often. In that like playful spirit, playful can-do spirit. And it felt like Virgo energy because you were keeping your hands busy. Again, you know, idle hands and empty mornings. Protection from idle hands and empty mornings, because that's a formula for this for you, which is, you know, the Sag I'm talking to could be kind of sinking into this a little bit. And it's like, okay, Virgo energy seems to be the key, right? The Hermit, Virgo energy, and the tarot card that I felt in the very beginning meditation was the Eight of Pentacles, which is Sun in Virgo. Virgo energy keeps their hands busy. Okay, what are the tasks I can do? How can I busy myself? How can I apply myself? Really, it's not just busy work. It's like, how can I apply myself? How can I apply my energy? What can I get interested in? And it's like you kind of have to go into yourself to touch back into that part of you, Sag, because that's like something that's very inherently Sagittarian, in order to come out with the aha moment of like, ah, okay, got it. Back to the lab. Ooh, you know what's also funny? I was going to tell you in the very beginning, Sag, you're cooking something up. You're cooking something up. And again, that could be something you're working on, or it could just be talking about like you're trying to get a chemical mixture right. And that could even be talking about relationships, trying to get the mixture right, you know, trying to get the balance right, trying to get the alchemy. Cooking something up and it's smoking. Oh boy, something's not right and you don't know why, and you got to go within to find the answer, and then boom, back to the lab. I've got the missing ingredient, or whatever it is. I know how to tweak the ingredients. I know how to tweak the balance now, the alchemy. You're the alchemist, Sagittarius. You are. Okay, my friend, I'm going to leave you with a card from Octus Bauman's podcast deck. While I shuffle, for those of you who are new to the channel, this is only the first half of your reading. I'm going to continue in an extended reading and get some clarity on all of this, so you can get a little more specifics about this energy. If you'd like to view that with me, stick around. At the end of this reading, there will be a little preview of what we get into, so you can make sure it's resonating with you. And if it is, click the link in the description box below to go over to Patreon. Patreon is an online community that I've created for folks who are enjoying my work and would like to dive deeper every month. If that sounds like you, go to Patreon, read the full description so you know how the patronage works, and then I will send you this extended reading for May. All right, Sag, closing this half of your reading. Chariot energy, my friend. Leave everything you know, carry only what you fear. In case you haven't figured it out, this deck is quite sarcastic. Okay? But it's beautiful because this is talking about venturing into the unknown, and it's big time chariot energy with the wheels. This is forward movement, and in order for you to move forward, perhaps there's something about leaving everything you knew. You know, it's like, again, I'm getting this image of like somebody tinkering in the lab, and they're mixing based on what they've done before, and it's not working. It's like I've been working on a sourdough starter, and I'm finding it very temperamental and a lot of fun. Speaking of keeping your hands busy. And as I've been like feeding the sourdough starter twice a day, 12-hour increments, the whole 9 yards, it just behaves differently. Seems to behave differently no matter what I do. Even when I keep the ingredients consistent, whatever, it's just like one day it's really watery, the next day it's full of life, the next day it didn't rise, the next day it's perfect. You know, it's just like this thing. And that's kind of what it feels like for you here is like, I'm applying everything I've always done or everything I know, and why is this smoking? It's never smoked before. And it's like, it's because you need to leave what you know behind and carry yourself into the unknown, fears and all. Pack your fear behind you. Look at this even. This is Two of Swords energy with the blindfold. Yeah, sure. Being in this energy can definitely be in a place of fear. Can definitely be in a place of like, okay, I don't really know what's going on. I'm trying to make a clear choice here, but I can't see the way forward. It's not clear to me. Ooh. What's happening? Okay. So when faced with a lack of clarity as to how to move forward, be willing to venture into unknown territory, fear and all. That's what I'll say. And that is some chariot energy if I've ever heard it. Okay, Sag, this has been the first half of your May reading. What fun. Maybe I'll see you in the extended. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please do click the like button on this video. Maybe leave me a comment. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so that we can stay connected moving forward. Oh, and by the way, if you want to be alerted when I post a video, just click the little bell. It'll send you a little blip and let you know that Unseen Hands Healing posted a new video, okay? All right, Sag, thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Frustrated because you're feeling frustrated here in this Two of Swords energy because you can't see the way forward, because you can't imagine a way forward without these 10 wands you're used to carrying. You know what I mean? And then this card literally says, leave everything you know. Drop it. This is everything you know. everything you've always done, everything you've always carried with you. Oh my gosh, that backpack is crushing you. Drop it. Off on a new adventure into the unknown with literally nothing on your back. Yeah, talk about carry only what you fear, because that sounds really scary. But it's like, that's what you need to do. That's how you get over this hump.